Hello, this is Kathy Williams from Brisbane, Australia, and welcome to the first of my series, Deconstructing the Major Clarinet Sonatas and Concertos. In this particular set of videos, I'm going to be deconstructing bar by bar, phrase by phrase, the Brahms Clarinet Sonatas, beginning with number 1, the F minor sonata, opus 120, number 1. What I'm going to do is, this is going to be my interpretation, which I've honed over about 15 years. And I'm going to be using the music -1 accompaniment where possible, because the nature of these Brahms sonatas is that the piano part is just as integral to the performance as the clarinet part. Now, if you've been following my instructional videos on tone legato and breathing, you may recall that I said that this particular sonata requires a very dense, intense German sound. Okay, so let's start with the first couple of phrases. So it begins in the piano. Okay, now that gives you an indication of the phrase to come. Now, I like to use mental imagery when I play these, and the first phrase, I think, reminds me of a boat being tossed about at sea during a violent thunderstorm. So, you know, going from pillar to post, from trough to crest. So that mental imagery actually works quite well for me, because you're going from the top. I mean, just even in the first 2 bars. Now, technically, what I would be doing here is making the emphasis on the lower note so that the upper note comes out. And I think you need a relaxed jaw, not so relaxed that you slurp the note, but so that the top notes don't pop out. So. For the E flat, I would use that 2-3-3 fingering I was telling you about. And also this phrase, don't stop blowing till right at the end, because the phrase goes right until bar 12. So and then you're handing off to the piano. So if we play that first phrase, let me just go back a bit. So you see it hands off, so and then it continues, and again, don't stop blowing right through this next phrase, because you hand off to the piano for another bum. So. There's no actual crescendo written in there, but I put one in there anyway. So it'd be. So this next phrase, Brahms loves to utilise the lower notes of the clarinet, the very rich, deep low notes of the clarinet. So here, really delve deep into them. And then once you get to that E flat, you're really starting to taper off, so that you eventually, I actually start the dim a little bit to a little earlier than is indicated, but and here you can utilise those covered fingerings. Because you want a really round sound on that G. The G a little bit longer. Of course, you don't have to do this theatrical thing that I do. That's just part of my thing. So this third phrase tapers off to almost nothing, and then you're back into it again. So you can release the sound a little bit here. So because the piano tapers off too. Let's just reverse that a little bit. Oops. Intense again, and really blow right down to the end of the phrase. And again, towards the end of this phrase, I would taper it off because the piano part tapers off a little bit as well. So. Clarinet and piano part are kind of call and responsing here. So da 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 da. Okay, so that in the bar before, so you got, and the piano at that bar goes ya da 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 da, and then we reply with again, and then in the next phrase at 32, again the piano part is giving you an indication. Actually playing what you're playing at the beginning. And here again, I would taper it off a bit. So.